Hi, I'm Trawler Specialist Jeff Merrill in Sausalito, California, aboard the Nordhavn 60 Ginard. Ginard is a very special Nordhavn 60. She's hull 57 in the series, originally purchased and lived most of her life on the East Coast. I was very fortunate to be involved with the purchase when she was bought by the people from San Francisco. They shipped her all the way around to Philbrook in British Columbia and did major extensive restorations and improvements. Steve D'Antonio was consulted to go through all the details. Almost every screw has been changed. Almost every fitting has been adjusted. It really is a spectacular boat. Don't take my word for it. We'll show you around. Let's go through the boat and I'll walk you through it. I'm real excited to show you this boat. On Ginard, we have the extended swim platform, but wait, there's more. When the boat was delivered up to Philbrook, they noticed there was some water inside this bustle, so they made it integral with the hull. This is all now part of the hull, extra water line. There's actually a Freeman hatch here to get down there with a bilge pump in it, so you have a much better back deck area here. The passerelle for boarding if you need to. Come in through the boarding gate here, large swim ladder, a second swim ladder here. Cockpit area, all teak decking. Back aft, a docking station. I have the steering autopilot, bow and stern thruster, engine start stop, engine shift, underwater light switch, and the hatch will lift up and down. A teak seating area here for dining, if you will, while you're outside. Again, extra hose pipes, good railing, nice overhead cover. And then this is a new Fire Magic propane barbecue over here. Storage back in the lockers. The clear finish is called all wood. It is a beautiful, durable, shiny, clear coating that will last for a very long time. From this cockpit area, you have the sink forward. I can go up the steps to the boat deck here, around the side deck up to the foredeck or the Pilothouse, or into the Salon. Good outdoor space here. Love this area on the boat, and you'll enjoy it yourself. The cockpit teak decking extends forward along the starboard side deck. Here you have your primary dock access when you're getting on board from the dock. There's some extra railing here, recessed hose pipes, fuel fills, and another hose pipe there. You come up the steps, courtesy lighting, go into the pilot house. That's the door that would lead out. Good tall bulwarks here. As you make the first turn, the outboard locker is your docking station. You can see there's a very good clear view of the foredeck from here. You're protected in the Portuguese bridge. There is a center door that opens up to the foredeck. Mounted in the front of each of the sides is a series of lockers. Good storage area there. As you look again at the foredeck, good tall railing, clean, uncluttered, very easy to get around. This is a great protected area. Another feature that's built into this area is the hatch that is over the owner cabin. That's what you can see right here. This was recessed into the mold. It lets a little air and ventilation into the owner cabin. So great Portuguese bridge deck up here with easy access from the cockpit. The Nordhavn 60 foredeck is level. I love that part of it. The three hatches here over the guest stateroom and shower. Up forward, recessed anchor well. A lot of upgrades have happened. We have the stainless foot buttons for the windlass. The windlass was rebuilt. Chain all refreshed, 400 feet, a new chain stopper, the ultra anchor, everything you need for ground tackle, perfectly set up right up here. This is electric windlass. Coming back, there is shore power on the starboard side, so I can connect there or back aft, coming right through the Portuguese bridge gate. Here I have some deck washes, wastewater, black water, and gray water. There's a docking station to operate the boat right here on the side, so I can have great sight lines, visibility on both sides. From here, I can walk back to the cockpit or around here up to the boat deck and on up to the Flybridge. Up the curved steps from the cockpit, you arrive on the boat deck. This deck level is even with the Portuguese bridge up forward, back aft. Steelhead crane, rebuilt while it was up in British Columbia. These rails were customized so that the crane could rotate easier. There's removable rails back aft, walker bay inflatable with a 40 horsepower Yamaha engine. The ventilation for the engine room was modified and improved, so there's some Delta T's bringing more hot air back out of the engine room. Forward to starboard is a locker for gasoline tank for your tender. Life rafts over there. Once the dinghy's launched, you have a great area back here. From here, I can go up to the Flybridge or around to the Pilothouse. Let's go up to the Flybridge. Up on the Flybridge, 2 helm chairs, the Stid, they were reupholstered recently. Your engine controls and your electronics are all up here. Spotlight was added to the boat. There's a fluoride on the boat, stereo system, Maxwell chain counter, bow and stern thruster, autopilot jog lever, compass, shift engine control, 2 VHF radios. There's storage underneath the attic area here. Around to the side, you can get back aft, seating area right here, and then we added a hatch into the top of the Flybridge, this hard top, to get up and service the antennas up on top. Perhaps the most noticeable improvement was the Alexseal paint job done at Philbrook's. Just a beautiful job, great color. Dutch door from the cockpit lets you enter into the Salon. Ginard has beautiful cherry wood. This is all a gloss finish, very rich, elegant luster, and they've taken that motif throughout. All new upholstery throughout the boat. On the starboard side is a long settee, which makes it very comfortable for a tall person to sleep. Really, in rough conditions, this is an ideal place to sleep. The overhead panels have been replaced. The carpeting is new. The whole boat has gone through every detail. Over on the port side is a flat screen television lift. They've maximized the size of the TV, and they even have a manual override. If for some reason you lost power on that lift, you can still rise it up. Forward on the Salon is a stereo system. There are 2 bar stools that have ostrich upholstery covering them to give you a little place to sit as a counter. As you come forward, you'll notice the dry stack exhaust column is right through here. The galley has frosted glass lenses over the lockers here so you can keep your plates and dishes, have some light through there. From here, you can go up to the Pilothouse, down 2 steps to the galley level. There is a stairway here that takes you down to the utility room and the engine room. And then inside the galley, granite floors, granite counter, double basin stainless sink, new fixture here for the sink. This is a spice rack here for putting spices. Again, you have overhead storage lockers, sub-zero refrigerator, freezer drawers, trash compactor, stove and oven, propane 4-burner, extra lockers, microwave convection oven, and opening port light for extra air and flow, and a dishwasher here. This is one of the great features of the Nordhavn 60 is I've come down 2 steps to the galley, and now I can go into the owner cabin. So let's go in there. You can close off the owner cabin door if you have guests and you don't want them to come in, but during the day, it's pretty nice to leave this whole place open and have a good flow. In the owner cabin, the bed is a thwartship, very wide, easy to get in on either side. Bed stands on both sides, opening port lights back aft. There is a hatch in the overhead forward for air and ventilation. A new television has been mounted over on this side, so you have good visibility with that. Watching shows, and then inside the head, sink, medicine cabinets, and I'm going to show you the tub. Great tub. It's actually more comfortable and safer to use that tub in a rough seaway. You can just sit down and soap yourself up. Again, the carpeting extends through here, and then this owner cabin can be isolated with the door that leads to the hallway or this door back aft, or you can keep it open for flow. There is a small landing. The steps from the Pilothouse come down right over here, and then you come into the guest stateroom, and this was a custom feature. The original owner did this. They put a centerline bulkhead divider, which was very common on the Nordhavn 55s, but there's no opening there, so there's a separation of space. On this side, and there was many modifications done here, was to make this a very good office desk area. Added some bookcases. You have the overhead lockers, an opening hatch here. There's a stool here. The seat has been reupholstered. The basement pump room is down below me. We'll get to that later. A big hanging locker forward. But if people are sleeping on the other side, someone can be here working. This is a great office setup right here. As I come forward through this door, I can come into the head. The head has a sink. There is a shower with a bifold door. All Tecma toilets on board the boat. Very convenient here, overhead hatch. And then on the port side over here are 2 beds. There is a wide lower berth and a single upper berth. This single upper berth actually has a seat belt on it for riding in big rough seas, which I've been told was very helpful. You can get 2 adults down below, 1 adult up here, combination of kids, an opening hatch here, and then there's a door that goes back into the hallway. So that's the whole lower level. You notice there was 2 steps down to the galley, 2 steps coming up here. Fantastic flow on the Nordhavn system. Beneath the guest stateroom on the starboard side is the pump room. I like to call it the basement. It's right by the desk. The desk, actually a special handrail was added here to make it easier to get in and out. And also the ladder that you descend into this room was widened. So I'm going to show you, take the camera, show you what's happening down here. So there's the ladder that you come down. A fire suppression system was added. Manifold for freshwater pumps. On the forward bulkhead of this, the 3rd chamber back aft, is the bow thruster, the windlass, lights, and a blower. The 2nd chamber back, this one right here, has the bow thruster battery bank, Victron Energy AGM batteries. All the way forward, the side power bow thruster. Of course, this was rebuilt. Anchor drain, deck drain, toilet outlet, and storage built in using starboard. Good shelving area here. In the chamber you come down, sea kits, damage control kit. And then the aft chamber is where the water maker is located. There are some filter membranes in here as well. It's an STW 600 water maker. Nordhavn does a great job with their freshwater manifold. There's a hot water manifold, a freshwater cold manifold, 2 Stingray Mach 5 freshwater pumps. So you have backup there. That's what that other valve is for. Assembly, and then a Torrid stainless steel 40-gallon water heater, as well as a high pressure anchor washdown system here for cleaning off mud on your anchor as you bring up your chain. So 4 chambers. I'm all the way aft. The entry chamber, the 2nd to the forward, and then all the way forward is the bow thruster chamber. This is really an easy area to get around in. A lot of storage space. You'll find this very utilitarian and quite easy to get around in, easy to access, and important place to check on every so often. The Pilothouse on Ginard is one of my favorite places aboard. All of the upholstery has been redone, the overhead panels have been redone, the carpeting has been redone, the Stid helm chair has been rebuilt. The dash area has been modified. This console right here ended about here. It was extended all the way over at Philbrook's to add an extra screen. You have 4 brand new Furuno screens here. The Maretron system was run through the boat with access to all types of information and details at your fingertips right here. Radar can be moved over to chart plotter. All these things are interchangeable. 2 new VHF radios, the inverter system, track panel on a little angle here so you can more readily see that, the active pin stabilizers. Here's your engine control, electrical breakers, all neatly labeled. A new row was added for special features right along here. Jog lever autopilot built into the arm on the Stid helm chair. Overhead, this was angled to come back a little bit to reduce the glare. So you have all your Furuno displays over here, a Maretron, main engine control, chain counter, bow and stern thruster, autopilot, jog lever, FLIR night vision, spotlight. The helm was modified and leather wrapped and made smaller diameter, easier to get into. From this Pilothouse, you have excellent visibility. The table has a cover on it. Again, the seating is all very comfortable. The doors go out to either side. You can go down the forward stairs here to the staterooms, back aft to the salon and galley, or staying on this level. Day head, very convenient. Long passages, very comfortable to use. The head right here, have it so conveniently located, as well as a captain's stateroom. Right here, underneath the bed is the charger and inverter for refreshing the electrical on the Navcom. And then even the engine lagging, the dry stack exhaust, was redone. This is all new with Delta T, made it much better. It's hard to know where to stop and where to start when you're talking about all the details on Ginard. You just really need to get on this boat and see it. This gives you a little bit of a preview of what to expect in the Pilothouse. Down the steps off the galley, you come down the stairs to the utility room. As you go to the starboard side, you can see the starboard active fin stabilizer. You have access to that, very easy to get to. Also, you can see a lot of the Maretron cabling that's been put into place. So this is just a removable panel, pops in place. Nice Nordhavn design. As I come all the way back down, there's a top load freezer right here, and then you have laundry. Dryer on this side, washer on this side. To duplicate that amazing access on the starboard side, the owners added a plexiglass panel back here so you can actually see the stabilizer, and the floor lifts up to give you better access. So very smart decision there on their part. Good headroom here. Over outboard on this side, Delta T system is in place, Maretron panel, even a VHF radio, fire suppression pull, and then you have a window to look into the engine room. Let's go in there. John Deere engine, good safety rails around it. I find it's easier to transit along the port side here because you don't have any other components. Fire extinguisher, some tools right here. Sight glasses. There are 4 fiberglass fuel tanks on the Nordhavn 60. 2 in the engine room with sight glasses, easy to see. Also, there is a day tank that has its own sight glass, so the fuel goes to those tanks. Coming back over to the starboard side, fuel manifolds. There's a return manifold, duplex Raycors, a new Raycor filter for polishing here. The alternators are on this side. As I work my way back, I have the safety rails, oil change system back here, fire suppression system, and then back aft, wing engine with a B drive on the starboard side here. All been reconditioned. ABT track stabilizer reservoir there, generator. The overhead panels do lift out if you needed to move any of this equipment out. The wing engine has its own supply tank for fuel. Back here, another smart move here. Instead of leaving the tank just seated right down to the deck there, they've added some spacers for air circulation. There are some of the Delta T blowers. There's an auto start system on it. This part of the engine room is carpeted, which is much more comfortable on your legs. This was a suggestion that I've made to several new build owners, and they did this here. They've added this little window here so you can see into the Lazarette before you go in there. Good lock. Head back here. Crawling around, a lot of things going on here. This is the overhead hatch. It's on a lift. There are also some locks in place and a smart little latch here. So if you turn the power on, this will lift up. If you have the locks in place, you turn that off. We'll keep this secured. Once you are in the Lazarette, you can see a lot of the great improvements that have been made. All of the Victron AGM batteries have been added. This is the normal select switch. The boat did come originally with the AC converter. Balancing transformers have been added. The cruiser air conditioning units have been refreshed. Autopilot, steering, stern thruster, all the manifolds back there. The Bessenzoni Passerelle back aft has a control panel in here. More air conditioning units. more batteries, a couple of through holes were redone. Very well organized. They added a bilge tank. There's the crane control, Victron energy, inverters, and fire suppression. The machinery spaces on Ginard are impressive. I can't decide if I like what they've done in the Pilothouse with the electronics or what they've done in the Lazarette or the engine room. That'd be your choice. Come and see which ones you like better. This really is a fantastic area, easy to get around in. There's plenty of room for storing extra gear here, and you can see that it's all very well organized and serviceable. As we enjoy some more underway footage on a beautiful San Francisco Bay day, it's time to do a little bit of a recap. Nordhavn designs and builds an exceptional trawler, and the Nordhavn 60 is their most popular model. Ginard spent well over 2 years and untold dollars to meet the owner's objective, which was to completely refresh her so that they could enjoy 10 years of trouble-free cruising. Now, boaters know that just about every item aboard needs attention over time. There are no shelf life guarantees. But the photos, words, and this video can only provide a glimpse of the care and effort that has been lavished during this transformation. The Alexseal paint over the original blue gel coat. The extensive Maretron installation and programming. Navigation and communication electronics replacements and upgrades. The Walker Bay dinghy and outboard. The entertainment, the stereo and the televisions have been replaced. The Peplink internet hardware. The headliners, the upholstery, and the carpeting all redone. Victron AGM batteries and Victron Quattro inverters. Major components rebuilt, such as the steelhead crane, Tecma toilets, black water pumps, engine shaft seals, windlass, air conditioning compressors, etc. The diamond sea glazed doors and windows were redone. Imtra LED lighting was done throughout. The integration of the swim platform into the hull to actually make that a little bit longer waterline and to make that waterproof was a major improvement. Smart plug shore power connections, including a new Glendinning cord. And what you don't see until you holler out, 4 layers of epoxy barrier coat, 3 coats of bottom paint, along with prop speed on the running gear, and 4 Lumishore underwater lights. She's clean, tidy, fresh, and available for your inspection. Ginard is cruise ready. Are you? Thank you for your time today aboard Ginard. We would love to get you on board to see for yourself. We do that by appointment. You can call or text my information on the screen. Again, the pricing, layouts, drawings, all the details are on JMYS.com. This is a boat that really must be seen to be believed. It's such an amazing boat. So many great features done. I can't wait to get you on board. I look forward to your call. Thank you for your time today, and let's get in touch. Hey, great to be underway again, out on the water. Love it out here. Thank you very much for watching the video. We have a couple of things you can do. One thing is you can click the bell to get a reminder when we post the next video. We love it when you give us those thumbs up. And then you can subscribe by clicking the button below. Once you've seen a couple videos, you might also want to check out some of the other ones, so you can click on one of these videos on the side. Thanks. We hope to have you come back here soon, and we'll be putting up more content shortly.